My name is Beverley Goodger. I've been a biology teacher for 31 years, and I was the first winner of the Society of Biology School Biology Teacher of the Year. My parents always encouraged my curiosity. I can't remember a time when I didn't find the natural world fascinating. And I think my dad was very tolerant of me lifting up rocks in the rockery to see the ants scurrying away with their eggs. And my mum always encouraged us to try to find out what the little flowers were that we found on our holidays. And of course in those days you could have actually gather small posies and take them back and press them. And she was as enthralled as we were about finding the name of these various little things we'd found. So I think my curiosity was something that I think I was born with it, but it was certainly encouraged by my parents as well.
So we used to use the book to identify a plant, and then we'd put it in paper hankies and put it in the book. In fact, I think you can probably see a little mark there. And then I used to put them into a little scrapbook, but this is very old. I think I started making this when I was 8, and I've still got it today.
And then, of course, I went off to high school where biology was taught very differently. We actually did experiments and finding things out. I remember my biology teacher, Mr. Wiseman, was a wonderful teacher with a fantastic sense of humour. And going on to do A-level biology with him was just fantastic. And we did it used to be the JMB in those days, the animal behaviour option. And going to Knowsley Safari Park and observing the behaviour of the baboons was great fun. And then, of course, my love for biology was nurtured through that. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to study biology. I loved biology. So I went off to study at Durham University, where I met some of the most amazing lecturers and had fantastic opportunities there to do field work. So, for example, we went off to the Dolomites and to Germany on a field trip with David Bellamy, looking at all the plants up the mountain, and that was just an absolute inspiration. So I came back from that thinking, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to carry on with biology. And I started doing some research. And during that research, I had the opportunity to demonstrate practicals to the students. And I found working with them to try to make complete sense of what it was that they were observing. So, for example, looking down a microscope at some algae or doing a population genetic simulation. For me, I suddenly realised that that was what was so worthwhile. Sharing my wonder with others and trying to help them understand and enjoy it as much as I did. And it was sort of a bit like a light, and I thought, I want to be a biology teacher. So it came to me quite late. And I went off to train to do a PGCE and have taught biology ever since. But I do lots of other things as well. I help to run a brownie pack, and I'm a wildlife watch leader, and I do some work with the Woodland Trust. And I think what I would say is that biology for me is the most fascinating and wonderful subject that there is. I can't help myself but to be fascinated by it and to observe what's going on around me. And for me, the privilege of being a teacher is being able to share that fascination, that interest, and hope that other people are encouraged to go away and be as interested themselves.